Cardinal Luis Antonio Tagle, the new head of the Congregation for the Evangelization of Peoples. What can we expect from Cardinal Tagle in this new Vatican position?
Pope Francis has stepped down, leaving the world in shock. Cardinal Luis Tagle, a leader known for his ability to connect with people across continents, has just made a significant announcement that could reshape the future of the Catholic Church. Tagle's recent announcement is on a whole new level, as the world is wondering what the next step is. With Pope Francis reaching his twilight years, Tagle has positioned himself right in the middle of that conversation. His work in Asia has been groundbreaking, focusing on the struggles of everyday people and addressing issues like poverty, inequality, and environmental care. The Catholic Church is at a crossroads, with traditionalists clinging to the way things have always been done and a growing push for change, modernization, and a church that feels more connected to the world as it is today. Tagle's announcement is like throwing a match into dry grass. It's sparking a fire that's bound to burn bright and fierce. For years, Pope Francis has championed a vision of a more inclusive, compassionate church. Tagle's views align closely with that vision, but he also has ideas of his own. He has talked about making the church more accessible, more open to young people, and more engaged in the pressing issues of our time. But can he make it happen? That's the million-dollar question. Behind the scenes, there's a power struggle playing out. The Vatican isn't just one big happy family. There are factions, alliances, and debates that would put any political drama to shame. Tagle's rise is shaking things up, and not everyone is thrilled about it. Some see him as a breath of fresh air, a chance to bring the church into the 21st century. Others worry he will go too far, that his progressive ideas could upset the balance. It's not just about theology or tradition. This is about the future of a 2,000-year-old institution that's trying to stay relevant in a rapidly changing world. The decisions made in the next few years could shape the church for generations. And right now, Tagle is at the heart of it all. The ripple effects of this moment reach far and wide. In communities across the globe, Catholics are asking themselves what kind of church they want to see. Do they long for a return to more traditional practices, or do they yearn for a leader who will push the boundaries and bring the institution closer to the realities of modern life? These are big questions, and they're not easy to answer. Cardinal Luis Tagle, born in the Philippines, has been a powerful figure in the Catholic Church, known for his compassion and advocacy for social justice. His work with marginalized communities and advocacy for social justice have made him a beloved figure globally. However, his rise to power has also presented challenges, as the Vatican is a complex place with its own set of rules, traditions, and power dynamics. Tagle's ability to navigate these challenges is part of what makes him such a compelling figure. Modernization is central to this moment, as the Catholic Church grapples with staying relevant in an ever-changing world. Issues like climate change, economic inequality, and the role of women in the Church are pressing and require bold leadership. Tagle's focus on these issues has earned him admiration, but also made him a target for criticism from those who feel the Church should stick to its traditional roots. One of Tagle's most talked about initiatives is his emphasis on environmental stewardship, which aligns closely with Pope Francis's encyclical on the environment, but is seen as a departure from the Church's core mission. Inclusivity is another key aspect of Tagle's leadership. He has spoken at length about the importance of creating a church that welcomes everyone, regardless of their background or circumstances. This vision is inspiring, but also a challenge. Balancing tradition with a desire for openness and acceptance is a question that Tagle will undoubtedly have to grapple with if he takes on a larger role. Another key aspect of Tagle's leadership is his focus on young people. He has made it clear that engaging the next generation is a top priority, and he has taken steps to make the Church more appealing to younger Catholics. This raises questions about the future, as the stakes couldn't be higher. As the dust settles from Tagle's announcement, it is clear that this is a moment of transformation. The Catholic Church is at a turning point, and the decisions made now will shape its future for years to come. Whether a devout Catholic, casual observer, or someone interested in the dynamics of power and change, this is a story worth following. Cardinal Luis Tagle's journey has been marked by faith, determination, and a deep sense of purpose. Cardinal Luis Tagle is a central figure in the Catholic Church, poised to potentially reshape the Church's image. The Church faces declining membership in some areas and rapid growth in others, making it a complex institution with influence in almost every corner of the world. His bold, progressive ideas aim to make the Church feel like home for everyone, not just a select group. However, change always ruffles feathers, especially in a place like the Vatican, where tradition has been the name of the game for centuries. Some people are excited about the idea of inclusivity and change, while others are worried that this might stray too far from the Church's roots. Cardinal Tagle's message hits different, as he talks about giving women a bigger role in the Church, stepping up on social justice issues, and focusing on interfaith dialogue. He wants the Church to be a leader in tackling global problems like poverty, inequality, and climate change. This could lead the charge on these critical issues. However, there is always a but in the Vatican, as there are different factions that are open to change, and others think the Church should stick to the script that has worked for thousands of years. If he gets it right, the stakes couldn't be higher. If he gets it wrong, the divisions could deepen, and the Church might lose even more of its relevance. One thing that stands out about Cardinal Tagle is his ability to connect with people, as he is from the Philippines, a country where Catholicism is thriving. His down-to-earth way of speaking makes everyone feel heard, which is no small thing in a world where so many people feel disconnected from institutions, especially religious ones. If he becomes the next pope, his leadership could mark a turning point for the Church. He could create a Vatican that is not just a symbol of tradition, but also a beacon of hope and change. His focus on issues like climate change and social justice could draw in younger generations who have felt left out by the Church's more traditional approach. Big changes bring big challenges, and Cardinal Tagle must navigate the challenges of changing the Church's identity and influence in Europe and North America. If he pulls it off, the Catholic Church could enter a new era, one where it is not just reacting to the world's changes, but leading the way. The Catholic Church's influence has been declining in Western nations due to scandals, changing social norms, and competition from other belief systems. Cardinal Luis Tagle's leadership would need to address these issues head-on, rebuilding trust and making the Church relevant again for people who have drifted away. His roots in the Philippines give him unique insight into communities in the global South, such as Nigeria, Brazil, and the Philippines, which are deeply religious and their youth populations are swelling. Tagle's vision could change this by giving women more opportunities to participate in leadership and decision-making, acknowledging their immense contributions to the Church's mission throughout history. Interfaith dialogue is another area where Tagle shines, as his open-mindedness and willingness to engage with leaders of other faiths could position the Church as a global peacemaker. Another pressing issue is climate change, which the Catholic Church under Pope Francis has already made significant strides in. His emphasis on stewardship of the earth aligns with the values of many young Catholics and environmental activists. Imagine the Church leading initiatives to combat climate change on a global scale. Cardinal Tagle's approach also emphasizes the importance of tackling inequality, whether it's economic disparity, racial injustice, or social exclusion. This kind of focus could transform the Church into a beacon of hope for millions who feel left behind by society. However, there are challenges to consider, such as the Vatican's complex bureaucracy and the need to navigate these waters carefully to ensure his ideas don't get bogged down in red tape. The tension lies between those who want the Church to evolve and those who believe its strength comes from sticking to its time-honored teachings. Supporters of Cardinal Tagle see him as someone who can focus on issues like poverty, climate change, and the struggles of migrants, making the Church more compassionate and relatable. Traditionalists worry that Tagle's ideas might water down the core beliefs of Catholicism, arguing that change isn't a sign of progress, but a risk of losing the essence of what the Church stands for. Should the Church prioritize adapting to modern challenges or preserving its traditional teachings? Share your thoughts in the comments, like this post, and subscribe for more debates.